parts, I don't want there to be a very high chance of dying. Yeah, it looked like that, so the player kind of slides into place for the end screen. I could do like a green orb, I don't know. Anyway, day 38 was mostly just working on this part, and I managed to finish all the gameplay on stream. I still hadn't changed the background, it's still the sunset from the last part, and I am kind of crying inside. God, the video progression could have been so much better, but I guess it didn't matter that much. Anyway, you'll see at the end here, I actually made a tiny bit of progress into the next part. Not a lot, but this shows you that the next part stops sloping down and levels out. Progression, yay! Day 38 ended with 2 more hours of work. On day 39, I continued work on this flat part, stacking these little squares for gameplay. In the final level, these will be sandbags, as you traverse the aftermath of the storm. As I build out this part, I thought I might A another cue. How do I build atmosphere in my levels? Well, I hate to keep saying this, but there isn't one simple answer. Probably the most important tip I can give is to match the energy of the song you're using. The other thing I'd say is, I don't know, get to know your level as a person. It's got a personality. It's got an attitude. A level can only be as alive as the life you breathe into it. That probably sounded corny as hell, and it was, but it's true. Alright, well, here's the entire part. It's always nice to work on a part that doesn't take like 20 hours to build. You'll see the incline gradually gets less steep until the ground completely levels out. With the final decoration, I want to have a little message for the player to read, so I have little sections of gameplay with breaks in between, so they can take some time to read it. The gameplay's really easy. This part's meant to be a bit of a break before the final stretch. And that's the part. I did try adding these camera zooms, but well, like I said, I tried. Day 39 added about an hour to my total. But because I round these in a silly way, I don't know why I'm doing it like this, but I am. I'll say it took an hour and a half.
Ready to unlock Roblox digital gift cards? Start earning with Microsoft Rewards today.
Hi, ik ben Maarten. Wil jij weten hoeveel jouw auto echt waard is? Ga naar wijkopenauto's.nl. Voer gewoon.
Anyway, I was ready to move on to the next part for now. This is what we in the Geometry Dash industry call a slow speed portal. It's the slowest speed in the game, which is where it gets the slow in its name. But you see, for this last part, I want the player to go through a little miniature set of the level so far. The only problem is that when you zoom in the camera, everything feels like it's going faster, which doesn't really fit how calm the song is here. If only we could make the player go slower than slow speed. Fortunately, we can. I made a video where I recreated GD Platformer mode in classic mode. It was a whole thing, and I explained what I'm about to show in a lot more detail there. But basically, if you teleport the player to an object every frame, you can move that object instead of the player, and make the player move at whatever speed you want. It is really hard to make gameplay like this, and it usually messes up music sync later on, so that's why I waited till the very end to do this. But I'm still glad I got to use this trick at least once. And with that all set up, it's hard to believe. But it was time to make gameplay for the very last part in this level. Like I mentioned, this would be a miniature set of every part that led to this point. My little mountain town opens with the player jumping between tiny rocks and giant boulders. But how about tiny rocks and tiny boulders? None of these little sections would last that long. I had a lot to fit into like 15 seconds of gameplay. You can see me doing some similar structuring though, with the couple structures I have. The next part of the level was high atop the town, with the player flipping from rooftop to rooftop. Here you can see me placing little roofs for the player to jump on, followed by another more shed-like structure, akin to the houses in this level's third spider part. And that was all I did day 40. pretty content with just getting this part going. It was like half an hour of work. And so on day 41, I carried on. We've reached the crumbling ruins. The first real shift in tone for our level. The set doesn't crumble. It's made by an experienced hobbyist. I filled in this part with little bits and bobs, and before I knew it, the runes were done. After the runes comes another town. There's a lot of those. I really only had the space for one house. It's a really cool house though. And after that, we have this cutscene with absolutely no gameplay. I could have recreated this by adding a stretch of nothing, but that's stupid. Of course, after that, we have this ship, this swingcopter, and this disjointed part with a bunch of different game modes. I decided to represent all of this by just recreating the last part. Since this part is both short and slow, I'm sure you can relate, there wasn't a lot of room to work with, but that was a problem for future me. Day 41 ended with 2 more hours of work. That number's getting kind of big. Unfortunately, my lack of space was not my biggest concern. You see, because this part uses a custom speed, the BPM trigger that I normally use to line up my clicks wasn't an option. I thought this would be easy to fix with a bit of math and a few of my own BPM lines, but it turns out the song actually slows down too. Fortunately, the way it slows down is pretty simple, and with some small adjustments to my calculations, I was easily able to. I'm just kidding, One Fin was high on something when he made this. I just looked for peaks in the audio and then wrote down their exact timestamp. It's not perfect, but it's more than enough. I had to manually put these numbers into a bunch of spawn triggers. I mean, technically, I don't have to do any of this. I'm just mentally unstable, and here is me getting the lines in place. At least I could make gameplay in peace now. Speaking of which, that's what I did. We last left off on this disjointed dream. Moving on from that, we enter this dark, mysterious town, followed by a raging thunderstorm. While these are 2 separate parts, they're technically part of the same town. I was running pretty low on space, so I represented all of that with a generous 2 houses, a house for each part. Of course, after that is the centerpiece of our level, the climactic descent. And what better way to represent a 400-meter drop than a small staircase? Of course, I could have continued this little set below the stairs, but I was already on the last few clicks that I had planned, so I just made what will probably be random furniture or piles of some sort. I don't know, I was more focused on the gameplay itself. Anyway, the gameplay's done. Yeah, like, all of it. Like, the whole level. Yeah.
How would we describe each other?
We're quite similar. We opposites. We are opposites. Sure.
We don't take ourselves too seriously, really.
We just like to be silly.
De nieuwe Red Bull Spring Edition. Met de smaak van walstro en roze grapefruit.
The entire layout is finished. And what I mean by that is that I've made basically all the gameplay. The entire level is now completely mapped out. I did a little bit after the last time I screenshot my hours, so I'm a little bit over. I'm gonna go through the level and just fix up some little things that I wanted to change. There's a few little things I want to add here and there. There's some game-breaking bugs I need to address. But yeah, that's the level though. I played through this in normal mode from 0, and it's an experience. I'm like really happy with how this has turned out. Only took over 130 hours to get here, so I think it was worth it. Look at all this. I love this drop. This is canonically like 150 meters. Every single one of these blocks is a meter. Dude, this dash rope is gonna go so hard in the final level. It's such an experience to play this whole thing from 0. It's how I wanted it to be. It's just, by the time you make it to the drop, it's not that hard, but after making it through everything else, you sure feel the weight of the attempt you're on. It's been a long time getting here. Just look at all of this. Look at all this. And this is just a layout. I don't even know what to say. We're almost there though, final stretch. But yeah, this is essentially gonna be my masterpiece. And I'm excited to work on it. That recording was done a couple days after where we're currently at. Just seemed like a good spot to put it. You might have noticed that I changed the backgrounds in these last parts. I didn't exactly end day 42 the moment my gameplay was done. I had a lot of loose ends to tie up. I don't really build with my videos in mind, so I just jumped right into dying. I wanted to make a little transition into this last part. Didn't think this thing would come in handy again. The main goal of this transition is to show the player what gameplay's coming up in a fun way that goes to the music. I'd go back and touch it up a bit later, but it's cute, I like it. Also, you probably noticed this little cutscene I made at the very end. That was the last thing I made on day 42. It looks pretty funny unfinished. I was inspired by my neighborly homie, Mr. Rogers. I made it so the end of the level will zoom out from behind a window in the fourth wall. Eventually, I want to have the level zoom out on a wide view of the entire town, but this will do for now. Day 42 added 4 more hours of work. With this layout coming to a close, I kept working on bits and bobs throughout the level. In the disorienting floaty part back here, the orbs and portals are constantly changing in a loop. And I wanted to do that same thing in my little set at the end. Really helps sell that it's that part, you know? Going back, I also had a few bugs to fix. Namely this thing. For some reason, when you have a group of objects moving, and then you rotate that group at the same time, the group parent can get offset from the rest of the group. This happens regardless of if you use a parent group or just a different group as the center. It also only happens on lower frame rates. I'm sorry, RobTop, you really try. Anyway, there is a fix for this. What you do is you make a control object with its own group. You then have your asset that you want to move and rotate on a different group, being sure to set its center object to the group's parent. Then, use advanced follow to make your asset group follow the control object. You can then move the control object wherever you want, and you can rotate and scale the assets group with the control group as the center. Yes, I agree, it's annoying that you have to do all that, and I hope it gets fixed along with the 5,000 other game-breaking bugs. But at least there is a way to fix this. You can see it's working now. Anyway, after filling out a few little parts I'd been meaning to get to, there was just one more thing to do on day 43. I wanted to make a little title card for when the level starts. Wait, 1 second, let me fix this. Here's what that looks like. The final version will probably do some fancy motion graphics shenanigans, but that's plenty good for the layout. Day 43 ended with just 1 more hour of work. And so now we're caught up to where I was when I recorded that last update. 135 hours. That's essentially a work week straight and then some, with 0 breaks. I'd been working on my little mountain town for around 3 months. This had been a long journey, certainly longer than I'd expected, but the layout was finally almost done. There were still a few loose ends to tie up over the next few days, but I could finally say with confidence that I was almost there. I really wasn't streaming much at this point. Most of the work I was doing took a lot of focus and wasn't the most interesting to watch. But on day 44, I decided I had at least 1 more stream left in me. Had some brainless, grindy stuff to do, so it worked out.
Engines won't turn and the train won't leave.
Hello everyone, how y'all doing? Posture check. My posture has been checked. It's been a while since I've streamed. I've been working on stuff in this level that's kind of hard to stream. But the layout's just about done. In fact, let's play the daily level while I wait for people to join. That's right, that's what I normally do. Yo, wait, it's the Tidal Wave song. What are doing today? Good question. So, I finished basically the entire layout. Yeah, so little things I've added since I've last streamed. Oh, I added a title screen. Very cool. Visit Yoreed. Alright, one last Yoreed visit. Let's visit Yoreed first. No way. It's Yoreed's house. Okay, I need to actually do things. Anyway, what we're going to be doing this stream mainly is working on this drop part. I want to like patch up all the secret ways you can take, and I also kind of want to make stuff move with like area move and rotate. So it's like flying across the screen. I think that would be cool. These will be sandbags. There'll be people placing sandbags in this part because there was just a huge storm and everything flooded. And the last thing I want to show you is the new part I made. I think I made most of this off stream, so this will mostly be new for you guys. It's like a little miniature set of the entire level you've gone through. There's like the floaty part. There's the descent down the mountain with the stairs. Very much going for Mr. Rogers vibes with this last part. Okay, you have to hit the spider orb. Although you can hit these like... You can hit these red orbs. So I think I'm going to replace these with black orbs. And it is going to work, please, for the love of God. So let's just place some saw blades down, where you will die to if you click any of the black orbs. Can I hit that really late and survive? Oh, that's kind of goofy. How about now? Okay, now I think I'll always die. So I'm pretty much forced to hit the spider orb and nothing else there. That's good. If I spam. Okay, I can jump early and survive. A little saw blade right here that keeps that from being an issue. I think it'd be fun if I made these into like weird wacky structures. Let's put on some coffee jazz music to all lounge jazz music radio 24/7 live stream slow jazz BGM while I do this. Like if you agree. Most of these will probably just be like bumps of ground. We're getting a bit experimental here. Experimental style on the way. Make an even cooler cloud. Look at this, look at my even cooler cloud. Isn't that nice? These are spaced out really weirdly. Haven't been here in a few. To be fair, I haven't streamed in like a week. I was just working on aspects of this level that were hard to stream. I don't know. I don't stream that much anymore. It's kind of tiring. No offense. But what I have to do today, I figured would be a nice thing to stream while doing. I mean, I could just put on like a podcast or something. I figured I haven't streamed in a while. Why not?
Haastmakers van Odido. Nu extra voordeel op mobiele abonnementen en glasvezel plus tv. Tot zo!
Most gamblers quit before their big win. Yeah, that's true. Always gamble. Wait, crap, sorry, this is Twitch. Okay, my bad, don't gamble. Don't get how people make time to stream almost every day. I've had some streaks of streaming every day. If it's your job, then that makes sense. Though I've never made that much money for streaming, so it's never been a sustainable thing. I think I did it for like 1 or 2 months in a row once, and that's the most I've ever done. I don't really enjoy it. It's not really my thing. I'm not really the streamer type, gonna be honest. I think I'm gonna attach this one to a platform. I don't want this to look too uniform. Okay, cool. Let's test that all out. If I try to like jump before the dash orb, what happens? If I can even line it up so that's possible. I still can. I'm chewing gum now, by the way. That's why it sounded like I had something in my mouth, because I do. Gum. I like gum. 8 sticks of butter. Sure. You know they have like fried sticks of butter at some fairs here in America, because of course they do. Diabetes, my favorite. How did I even do that where I only click the orb as like one of the ships? Because I'm like slightly desynced? That? Okay. So to account for that, maybe I'll just add like a really big structure over here. Very whimsical. We like to be whimsical here on the Jamatech Twitch channel. Is this the last stream working on the layout before I start on Deco? No, I don't know. That does kind of signify that I'll start on Deco really soon though. I'll probably take a break from this. I have to hit the black orb. I don't have to hit the yellow orb. I should fix that. I do have to hit the green orb. I don't have to hit the spider orb. I do have to hit that orb, so it's the yellow orb and spider orb I don't actually have to hit. I should die if I don't hit the yellow orb. No, I don't. I need to move that over quite a bit. Yeah, Dansman used to be a really big nerd creator. He's doing other stuff in life now. I remember when he was like innovating, creating content too. He made like a couple videos. He made the one that was like decorating a spike for 10 hours straight, but then he made the one that was making 10 levels in a week. And that was like huge news back then. It's crazy looking back on it. It has like 300,000 views, which is still a lot. But like that was like community breaking news. Like everyone knew about that back then. It was like a huge thing. It's just shown how much the community's grown since then. I'll need to get a lot of playtesting. I'm sure there's stuff I've missed too. So you should have to hit all these, except for the green one. The green one should like always kill you. Yeah, man, I remember building with lemons. Now Tried and Woolsey's content is just like completely inspired by that format. I haven't seen people take inspiration from Xylonox or Dansman and the creating content they did though, because it's harder to replicate. It's kind of hard to do something inspired by 10 levels in a week, because you have to be mentally insane to pull that kind of I'm starting to think that my time frame for this level, my release date, should be June the year after next. June 2026. Work on this for a while, then work on something smaller, then work on this for a while, then work on something smaller, and go back and forth a bunch. That might be the most realistic way to do it, because I don't know, I can't see myself releasing this sometime next year and not getting burnt out. I just want time to like be able to come back to this, kind of come and go, because this is going to take like several hundred hours to finish, because I am already feeling a little bit burnt out. Oh, I died there. Drat. This part of the level I was very much going for like looks really hard, but is really not that bad once you learn it, and I think I really achieved that. Thank you guys for watching. When does the stream end? Right now. We're ending right now. Thank you guys for stopping by. We made good progress. I don't know if I'll stream this layout again. It's just little bits and bobs I gotta finish up. It's not really much. But I'm glad I got to do one last stream with it.
Wees degene die alles kan veranderen. Wees moedig, wees authentiek. In een wereld waarin je alles kunt zijn. Kies dan voor liefde. Be love, be love, be love. Pandora.
Hoeveel is jouw auto waard? Via wijkopenauto's.nl kun je daar snel en eenvoudig achter komen. Voer gewoon de gegevens van jouw auto in en je krijgt de verkoopprijs. Niet alleen een geschatte waarde. En na een snelle controle in een filiaal verkoop je ons jouw auto. Vraag nu jouw prijs op bij wijkopenauto's.nl.
I also did some stuff off-stream on day 44, tidying up some of my liked options triggers. I also filled in the ground back here at this first transition, so nothing that interesting. Day 44 took me 3.5 more hours of work. On day 45, I wanted to link the options menu with the end screen so they can access some of the same stuff. As you can see, it works flawlessly. After the level ends, the end screen slowly moves up, and the list of options appear at the bottom. I tried for like half an hour to find a good sound effect for when they appear. Kinda wish there was a way to upload your own sound effects to the game. That'd be nice. But eventually I just went with a generic whoosh. Now, you can't upload custom sound effects to GD, but you can upload custom songs to Newgrounds and use those. If you're whitelisted, I am. I wanted to make a very dramatic sound for when the player completes the level. Maybe a little inspired by Undertale. You complete the level by holding down the End option for 5 seconds. I want to make sure the player really means it if they try to complete the level. I mean, once you do that, that's it. There's no going back now. Day 45 added 2 more hours of work. I didn't do much on day 46, really just fixed up a couple bugs in the options menu. And that doesn't have a scene transition. I did do one other thing. I worked on a little feature called Instant Complete. In Update 2.1, Geometry Dash would calculate your percentage on a level by how far the player is from the start of the level. But in Update 2.2, that won't exactly work. Instead, the game bases your percent on time. To upload a level, you first need to verify said level, and that means beating the whole thing with no start positions or checkpoints. Geometry Dash then takes the exact time this verification attempt took, and uses that for everyone's percent. Now, a lot of levels in the past have had a problem where their end screen starts at like 80%. But this new system actually lets you get around that. In the options menu, under other options, I've added Instant Complete as a feature. This doesn't just instantly beat the level the moment you select it, so you're not getting 3 stars, I'm sorry. What it does do is complete the level the instant the player passes the final jump. This lets me make sure that the level hits 100% right at this moment. Also, don't worry, I made sure to thoroughly shame anyone who uses this for literally any other reason. But hey, if you like ruining the experience, I'm not one to tell you how to play. Day 46 ended with an hour and a half more work. The options menu finally had all the features I want, at least for the layout. There's a few other things I might add later, but this is more than enough for now. At this point, there were just 3 more main things left to do before I could release this layout. I wanted to scatter a few little Easter eggs like Wubbaduck and Jamber, very important. I also still needed to actually write the credits so they aren't just, well, this. But before I did either of those, I wanted to come back and finish up the Sunset Drop, really give it the energy I wanted it to have. And so that's what I focused on day 47. I started by adding some particles that fly past at whimsical speeds. If you remember, the Thunderstorm town back here used area triggers to turn some of the platforms into windswept debris. I wanted to do the same thing for this part to crank up the intensity. As always, this does take a bit of time to do, but God, it's faster than moving every platform individually. Whimsy is absolutely through the roof here. Seriously though, this goes so hard. My God. And finally, the last thing I did on day 47 was make just one more house. The last part with the little mini set of the level is supposed to be in some kind of house, so I figured I should probably, show that somehow. It's a tad hard to see, but it's night. There's my excuse. And as I enter this final house, we're just about ready for the final day in this video. At 146 hours total, day 47 added 3.5 more hours of work. So, we're finally here. When I first came up with the idea for this level, I wanted to finish the whole thing by June 2024. It's currently November. I just turned 24. A lot's happened in the few months I spent working on this video. Life's just gotten crazier, and I think it'll continue to do that. I was never in a stable enough position to keep doing what I'm doing the way I've been doing it. I was actually getting kind of delusional. When I started working on this video, I wanted this part to go something like, yeah, so the layout's done. I might take like a short break to make a different level, but pretty soon I'll get around to decorating this, so watch the streams. I probably won't start decorating this for a while, and even when I do, it'll be really off and on. There's other stuff I just want to do more. I wanted some kind of awesome, glorious conclusion to this video, looking to the exciting future of this level that we have ahead of us, but that's a lie. I bit off more than I can chew. So I'll leave this video with a tone of uncertainty, because that's being honest. Life isn't a YouTube video, but I hope you still enjoyed this one. It was an experiment, one I'll learn from. At first I was gonna make a separate 100-hour video for every 100 hours spent on this level, but unless this video does like stupid well, and maybe even if it does, I think I just want to make one big, like 1,000-hour video for the whole thing. Hopefully that video, when it does come out one day, will address the mistakes this one made. I just have a few loose ends to tie up before I can release this layout to the public. There's some stuff I want to change looking back, and I really need to get this thing better organized before I start decorating. I don't have the spare mental health to deal with not doing that, but for now, this is good enough to start playtesting. Just gonna add my YouTube members and Twitch subscribers $5 above here. We love subliminal messaging, that's a hard word, so while I'm doing this, what was my experience like making this video? Sorry if I sound kinda funny, by the way, I am sick right now. Making this layout was a lot of work. I definitely did a lot of things the hard way though. I think I'm at a point now where I'm done doing that. OCD is really annoying. Making this video was fun. There were many days where I could only stand spending like 1 or 2 hours on this before I just had to do something else. But here we are. Eventually it still got done. Obviously that's really not optimal. This is kind of my job. I might hire an editor. I don't really like editing. I did have a pretty bad approach with this video though. Oh, just gotta add some special thanks now. This video really didn't need to be as long as it is, and I probably won't make another video this long. Except 1,000 hours, that's like my one exception. The difference with that video idea is that I think there will actually be enough content to make an interesting video. The biggest problem I had with this video is that there just wasn't enough variation. It's all really the same thing. I hope you still enjoyed it though. I'm glad I at least tried making a video this long, because when I do get around to making 1,000 hours, I have a lot of stuff I've learned. No promise on when that thing's coming out, by the way. Could be decades for all I know. I'll do my best to make it happen. I didn't even get around to adding coins. Just a bunch of random coin routes. There's just a bunch of like random collectibles throughout the level that don't really do anything. That's fine. I'll do that later. This level's like super queer, and I love it for that. It's a level for everyone. I mean, we all have toxic preconceived ideas of who we're supposed to be, where when we finally break out of them, it turns out life becomes exponentially easier to live. It's giving existential. I swear a lot has happened while working on this video. I made another update video, you can watch that if you want. It's a bit more of a deep dive, but I do maybe get into a little bit of controversial territory, so just a tad. Special thanks to Kiba for making an already pretty cool level with this song. And sorry for stealing your idea. Go check out A Final Memorial, it's a good level. Also special thanks to Subwoofer for making The Clouds Give Way. This level was very inspired by it, but I wanted to explore some of those themes in a little more depth. You know, it's really cool how you can use this random-ass, goofy mobile game for whatever the hell you want. And so that's the video. Holidays are coming up. Better go prepare for those. I'll do a full showcase of the layout, but first I want to thank you for setting aside multiple hours of your life to watch me just ramble about nerd stuff. You're a real one. The layout should be out on the GD servers when this video drops. Go give it a play. Comment bug without checking the percent box so I don't know where the bug is. Have a good one, guys.
PME Legend presents Summer Jackets. Be prepared for any adventure. Explore the biggest selection of summer jackets. PME Legend. Find your freedom.
Zo, de dak zit erop. Oh ja, lekker top. Hier. Oh, is het wel Venko? Ik wilde Venko! Venko, de dropste erop van Nederland.
Hey gamer. When you hear the name Jammin, welcome to my 5th creator contest. My friends have 1 hour to make the jolliest block design in all of Geometry Dash. Whom will best adhere to the sacred Christmas cheer? Keep watching for some holiday whimsy. Yeah, this video's a little late, I know.
I am absolutely ready to own and destroy and also stun and
My
slay.
hands are trembling.
Own and destroy.
He's gonna girl and boss.
So my recording is just gonna be me talking to myself, having a schizophrenic episode. What if everybody just does like the YouTuber commentary, but like doesn't like mute and just like...
Yo, what's up guys? Today we're gonna be...
At the same time.
What's up, AIM buddies? Welcome back to another Geometry Dash video with my friends Shadow, Ian, Jam Attack, You're reading a few other people. Today we're gonna be doing the Christmas block design swap.
You're way too good at that.
AIM buddies.
That is so
AIM buddies.
What's up, vile filth? Time to begin.
Wait, this is so jolly.
This is wonderful.
Am I allowed to be in here?
Yeah.
It's just like Thanksgiving Day.
Do we open the presents?
Not yet. We have to create the presents.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's the true Christmas magic, is the gifts that we share.
Do not go too far.
So you're gonna tell me it's not the friends we made along the way?
No, I hate friends. I'm like the Grinch.
You're like the Grinch? You're like the Rinch. You're the red Grinch.
So I'm supposed to be Santa now? Like what?
Okay, what's at the start of the level?
Okay, so are you guys ready?
Yeah.
3,
Ender 2.
Oh, yep. 1, go.
Alright.
I tabbed out of the game immediately.
Oh, well, that'll happen.
Did somebody say done already? That was awesome. I'm gonna use color 732. If anybody else is using that, then that sucks.
No one used more than like 100 color channels, because that might mess it up.
100.
I become jolly. Bro, I'm not jolly enough.
Are you Holly?
Wait,
You have to at least
obviously
be
not.
Holly. You have to at least be Holly.
Yeah. That's like the bare minimum.
What even is Holly actually? It's a lie made up by Big Christmas.
Freaking Big Christmas.
Big Christmas will never lie.
I'm actually going to be using these 5 block designs to like make an entire level. I'm just gonna like warp them to like fit in all the different spots.
I'll make multiple assets for you. I got it.
Dude, now there's like standards. I have to make something good now, or else level's gonna suck.
Yeah, it'll be all your fault.
It's gonna be the first like rated level that's higher than Mythic. It's gonna be a new rating. It's gonna make it
Super mythic.
Oh, super mythic.
Yeah,
Mythic plus.
Divine demon. That's what they used to call them.
Can we make block designs? That's not the question I was gonna ask.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, you actually can.
Wait.
I'm getting nervous.
Crazy.
I'm getting nervous.
Oh my gosh, this actually looks terrible. I'm actually so good. Wait, is Jesus a Christmas reference?
What was that question, Ender?
Is Jesus a Christmas reference?
I think
It
so.
might be. You might be onto
Maybe.
something with that.
You know, that's a good point.
I wonder where the Christ in Christmas comes from.
Yeah.
It
That
might
comes
be a
from my-
Jesus reference.
That comes from my friend Chris. They named the whole holiday after him.
Oh, dude, that's actually really cool. Do you know the OG Chris from Christmas?
Yeah.
I've just made the greatest block design of all time.
I'm so excited.
I'm scared.
It involves Santa.
I'm incorporating lore into mine.
I'm gonna add gifts.
Lore.
Yeah,
Mine
there's
is a
level
huge
lore.
gift.
Those who know in my level.
Everyone has to like watch 100 hours of audio-visual content to understand the lore.
He's adding Grover Cleveland.
I am. Yep, 100 hours needed to understand Grover Cleveland.
It's true. I spent 100 hours understanding Glover Cleveland.
Glover Cleveland.
Glover Cleveland.
Glover.
Here's what we're gonna do for groups, because I didn't think about this. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can use your slot times 1,000, like that's your range. So like if yours is the 7th, mine is the 7th, I can use any groups in the 7,000s range.
Intense
1,
jolly
2,
matches in this
3,
call.
4. We are kind of jolly maxing like crazy right now.
Imagine using 1,000 groups for a jolly block design.
That would be great. I could do it. Can my block design be a movie?
Sure, if you can make that in an
3D
hour.
animation.
We got Sputniks over here.
It better be Wally.
Wait, I found a sign that says you win $1 billion.
What? Wabu?
What? What?
Wabu is sponsoring.
Yay! It's a Christmas miracle.
Special guest Wabu here to give you $1 billion.
God, I can't wait.
Wait, do we have to optimize this?
I don't care.
Definitely not.
As long as it like
optimize it.
as long as it can render.
Rendering is the bare.
Dang it, man.
Oh, I'm
Wait,
screwed.
this is gonna be entered to a gauntlet? No
Chris, this is where I reveal the Christmas gauntlet.
Let's go.
The Christmas gauntlet. Wait, why is this guy bopping? Oh my gosh, can he chill out?
What?
He's what? What did you say?
Helping?
He hit the circle. He hit the circle in the center of the gizmo, and now he has to start.
Yeah.
Oh, true. And I like bop it, twist it.
Yeah.
Bop it, bulp it. Often.
Make sure you pull it though. A lot of people forget that.
Yeah. How do they forget?
Never. I'm deleting him. He's gonna die.
Like no, like the guy will say pull it, and then they'll just get flabbergasted. They'll be like, "What am I supposed to do here?"
You guys starting like a Bop It themed podcast here?
And?
Not actual question though. How do you make a chair? Does anybody know?
I don't know. Figure it out.
I'm not a chair
I need a
smith.
chair very
Making a
badly.
chair IRL for this part.
I am in need of a chair.
Ender is currently.
I lost my officer. I can't.
He's building his setup right now before we can take.
I need a chair. Dude, I'm building the Santa Claus gaming rig.
You gotta get into the Christmas spirit. Like I know it takes extra time to get that set up, but like the time it takes is worth it.
Ready to unlock Roblox digital gift cards? Start earning with Microsoft Rewards today.
So team, this is how you get stuff done. Step 1, download ClickUp. Step 2, you don't need a step 2.
There's no step 2?
No, ClickUp does everything.
Everything. I can share docs,
ClickUp.
tasks,
ClickUp.
calendars.
ClickUp.
Can I video chat?
ClickUp.
Does it have AI?
ClickUp.
Lunch?
You can video.
We
When
can
I grow
actually
the
cheat. Actually, no. That's not in the spirit of Christmas.
Yeah. Santa will.
Oh no, I
Santa,
can't. That's not in the spirit of Christmas.
Santa will know, and Santa is the one judging these levels, by the way.
Santa will know.
Yeah.
Wait, Santa is actually saving in 3, 2, 1.
Santa's gonna save Christmas.
Santa's saving Christmas in 3, 2, 1.
Is Santa actually gonna save Christmas?
Sorry, I'm laughing at you. Alright, the Santa's gonna save Christmas in 3, 2, 1.
Stay to the end for Santa to save Christmas. Santa's going to save Christmas, but
It's
first.
like a YouTube premiere.
I caught Santa on video. 2024 Christmas.
Wait, Shama's like
2013 Santa found footage.
Santa footage.
Wait, where's the particle?
It's in like the monster tab.
Animated object tab, and they chose to categorize it with a giant monster.
Why is it in
instead of a particle, which is definitely the most wanted thing there.
It's the white piece.
The most sensible decision RobTop has ever made.
Oh, let's go! We're gonna make snow. Let's go.
That's it, guys. We're gonna save Christmas.
Wait, no, Christmas has been saved already. Don't worry.
I'm so excited.
Well, Christmas won't be saved till the end of the video. Subscribe to save Christmas. If we hit 80,000 subscribers by the end of December, Christmas will be saved.
Oh, let's go.
You gotta make the goal higher. It's gonna be 80 billion or something.
If we don't save Christmas, your read will eat it.
Oh shit! That's true. It's true. Better watch out.
It's true. Better watch out. Yori's coming.
Why have I been oscillating from being Santa and being the Grinch for like several days now?
I think that's just bipolar disorder.
Is Santa in the call with us right now?
Wait, is he?
Do not call Santa at 3 AM, bro.
Did you guys like send a letter to Santa Claus for what you're gonna get for Christmas or?
This year I did, yeah.
No, I think, dude, last year I did that as well, but I think like Santa Claus just like left me on red. Like, I don't.
Dang, that's so exciting to hear.
Dude, when I was younger, my mother said you send a letter to Santa Claus, but he has a budget of $130 or something.
It's very specific.
That's crazy work. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
He's keeping up with inflation, like, precisely.
$130.45.
Wait, why am I so slow? I've done nothing. Oh, I'm actually good.
Why am I so fast?
What?
Why am I so fast? I've done so much.
What? I'm so cool.
Wait, how do I make grass? Let's find out.
That is a great question. Okay, so basically green.
So wait, Ender. I have a tutorial for you. So if you go to the like create tab, you know what that is?
Yeah, the blocks?
Yeah. It says like create.
You may have heard of this tab.
Like above create, you'll see kind of like a bunch of these like different little tabs like above that. They kind of cover.
There is no create tab.
You want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
My version of Geometry Dash doesn't have that.
Yeah, so you want to go 11. You want to go 11 tabs over.
11, yeah.
Yeah, and then so this is something not a lot of people know. If you go 1 tab over, you'll find grass.
Wait, what? There's grass?
Yeah.
They added grass to this thing?
Yeah.
What? Least use object.
Least use object.
I hear you get a special achievement for touching it. It might just be me though.
Dude, oh my gosh, Santa showed up.
He showed up.
He left his hat.
Oh my god.
I can use it.
I smell it.
No.
What?
What? Who said that? What?
No, he told me he cannot. He asked me like if anybody wants to smell it, don't let them.
Specific instructions from Santa.
Don't say yes.
Ah.
I was like,
he remembers last time.
Wait, is Santa Claus single or no?
Are you serious?
Bro doesn't know the Santa lore.
This fellow does not know the Christmas lore. I'm on the same wavelength right now. That's crazy, Jam.
We are like a hive mind.
Wait, this grass goes crazy.
That's what happens when you're jolly.
We are joined by the Christmas spirit.
How much time do we have left, by the way?
Oh yeah, 33 minutes.
Wait, Jamatak, do you get an 100-hour time limit instead?
Yeah, this video is coming out next December, actually.
Wait, what if the Grinch infiltrates my level?
Could happen.
I gotta make it Grinch-proof.
Grinch-proof? What does that mean?
Everyone Grinch-proof your level.
Everyone put the Grinch repellent block surrounding your...
Wait, I have a way to Grinch-proof it. So, you know how there's like some cultures where they'll put out like these scary masks to fend off evil spirits? That's like a thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just put down like an extreme demon face.
Oh, yeah, Gringercon. Will the judges know?
They won't.
Oh, yeah.
So
what if the judges are secretly the Grinch? Then they'll hate them.
I didn't know you were the Grinch! That's so true!
They're trying to steal my level. Can't let that happen.
Steal my Christmas.
Guys, I think we figured it out.
We did, right now.
Wait, I think we should quit.
No, you weren't supposed to figure that out yet. No, okay, look at the script. This happens in Act 3.
What in the script? We had a deal, guys.
Hi, ik ben Maarten. Wil jij weten hoeveel jouw auto echt waard is? Ga naar wijkopenauto's.nl. Voer gewoon je autogegevens in en ontvang snel je verkoopprijs. En in één...
Wait a second, how do we make Christmas lights? How do we make Kirby lines? How does this happen?
Good luck.
You got this. I believe in you.
You got this, but I don't believe in you.
So this is where Audio and I differ. Like I actually like am supportive and whatnot, and I want you to win.
But do you believe in Santa?
No, I don't.
Of course.
Oh my God, you're cooked. You're cooked.
No,
You're
no,
cooked.
no,
You are
leave
not
the
going to
call,
win.
Leave the call.
Leave the
Leave the
call.
call.
I recognized early on that Santa was actually just a ploy to like destroy me in this level. So
Destroy you.
yeah,
But he's so jolly.
I'm gonna remove Aim Butter knows too much.
Santa deniers and tags him on.
Dude, I literally sniffed his hat. I know. Wait, that's not one.
Wait a second. No, did you actually say you sniffed Santa's hat? Because I literally told you not to.
Yorid is a changed man. This was all in the past.
And technically, everything was in the past if you really think about it. So
Yeah.
Okay,
I
this
live
is
in
getting
the
more suspicious.
no,
Ooh, I'm going to add Grinch. Actually, no, that's a bad idea.
That's bad.
Do not release him. Do not release him.
Is this like pre-glow up Grinch or post-glow up Grinch?
what does that mean? First off,
No, he didn't have a glow, but that's just fake. He's just like, this is like brainwashing.
Oh, is it?
Brain rotting.
Is the Grinch like Mr. Beast and he's just like trying to sell his character as like a good person?
Yeah.
Mr. Beast in the Geometry video. You're cooked. Mr. Grinch. It literally all makes sense.
I forgot to add Santa Claus. How do I add Santa Claus?
What do you mean, how do I add Santa Claus? What kind of question is that?
How do I add
the Santa object.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Okay, so if you go to the Create tab, you want to
We're
go
back with this again.
this whole song and dance.
Wait, there's bricks. That's freaking good.
That's basically Santa, if you think about it. No Santa object. Gotta settle for this.
Settle for bricks. Oh, my designs are cooking.
The first day of Christmas, wrap a piece
I might be clicking.
I might be clicking. Might be using my mouse.
Wait, are we allowed to use our mouse?
Actually, yeah.
Oh, I'd love it when I just lose the ability to warp stuff for whatever reason.
Two girl.
I personally don't
girl?
have that issue, so I think that's
Sorry,
fine.
my bad.
That is
Audio?
incredibly insensitive.
I need you to be right now.
I didn't mean it.
No, I think you did mean it actually. That demeanor was really like aggressive. Oh my god, let me warp things, game.
We are having a falling out in the Christmas video.
the Christmas group chat.
We're losing the Christmas spirit, guys. We need to come together. Let's sing some Christmas carols.
Yeah, we need more donos to get the Christmas spirit.
Bang.
Please comment your favorite Christmas carol, quick, before the Christmas spirit runs out.
Before the Christmas spirit leaves, Santa's not coming this year if you don't do it.
No, Santa actually has to show up in this video because like people like the retention will dip if Santa just doesn't.
Sound like a really like tacky Santa gift, green screen across the screen.
Santa cameo, no ways.
And, like, and then we need someone to comment like Santa shows up and then there's a timestamp.
Yeah. I gotta make sure it's for like 2 frames so everyone tries to like replay the exact right part.
Yeah, pretend it's gonna be crazy. Christmas spirit sighting at 12 minutes in.
Found the Christmas spirit.
Christmas spirit sighting.
Wait, Jamata? Are you really the Grinch?
No, I'm Santa. Trust. I'm Santa.
You're Santa?
I am Santa. Yeah.
This is a ploy to remove our Christmas spirit.
No. Are you actually Santa? Because if you are, I want an autograph.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, I am the real Santa. I am not the Grinch. I am actually Santa.
I'm gonna need to look further into this.
And so I'm just supposed to believe that. Okay.
I'm just here trying to spread the Christmas spirit.
Wait.
And you all are so untrusting of me. Like, I'm just trying to do a good thing here.
Sure you.
Wait, I just realized. Try this like in Australia. Is he gonna make like a summer theme level?
Yeah, he's just making like a beach themed level.
Oh, that would have been a good idea, wouldn't it?
Wait, this is wild.
Jam, can we have an official time check?
Well, about 20 minutes left.
Oh, sure, I have a
Wait, are
lot
these
of...
allegations true?
Yeah. The 20-minute allocations are true.
No, wait.
The 20-minute allegations.
I still haven't found the Santa block. Like
Looking, it's there.
Idiot.
Dude, it's saving again in 3, 2, 1. The Santa countdown.
Everyone comment and count down from 5, and Santa will appear on the screen.
Everyone, hit the like button if you believe in Santa. Together, we can get Santa to show up in this video.
I believe.
Wait, how big is Santa?
What kind of question is that?
What do you think Santa's waist size is? I'm trying to order him a new coat.
Dude, I actually need his waist size right now because I'm trying to like make him.
Santa BMI leak.
Parentheses, gone wrong.
Gone jolly.
Gone jolly.
Gone jolly.
Oh, okay, I just made the song. Alright, we're good. Yeah, how to make the song.
You created the sun.
I created the song single.
Wait, the sun is not very jolly though.
I thought you meant like God the Son. So you're just going full.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, the Son of God.
Oh yeah, we're gonna.
I'm done making the sun right now.
That's his name.
Are we getting a nativity scene?
Yeah, who's making nativity block design here?
Don't spoil it.
Sorry.
Look who it is. This is Ju Yuen, a public security officer. She's among the best in criminal investigations. Assuming no surprises, she's ready to handle anything that comes her way.
Alright, leave it to me.
My cat got stuck up there. My cat's like
Oh,
my
here come the surprises.
Gotta save it.
Here you go. I copy.
Wait, I made Santa. Let's go. This is awesome. Oh,
I actually cannot wait to see Andrew.
Dude, what? He wasn't supposed to find out how to get Santa.
Dude, Santa is actually so cool, man.
Do you mind sharing your methods? I'm looking into this.
No, it's
Can you make a Santa tutorial, please?
Santa is slaying.
You said it, Jen.
By the way, are we allowed to have objects move outside of the... Like, if the objects start in the thing and then they move outside, is that legal?
Move?
No, it's not.
What do you mean move?
We established that it's illegal.
Yeah, no, I hate fun. I'm actually the Grinch.
See, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
I told you guys. I literally knew it. I had the feeling.
Yeah.
I knew it.
I was lying about being Santa, actually.
I knew you were full of malice.
Yeah.
Malice? Who's malice full? Who is it?
Alright, fess up.
Who here has malice? We need to get rid of all the malice.
Let's cut it out. Come on, guys.
You literally said you're the Grinch.
No? When did I say that? So I'm putting my malice on the table. We're being honest about our malice so we can work through it.
John, like, have you ever lied? Question.
What was that?
Have you ever lied, Jamatak?
No.
That's what I thought.
I believe that.
Nothing but we're all honest here. Come on, keep it humble.
I lie a lot.
Dude,
You're
Santa
right,
has
Amir,
no
I'm sorry.
legs. How do I make Santa legs?
I don't know.
Have we confirmed that Santa does have legs?
Is it bad that the last thing I'm gonna work on is like my actual like stuff for the gameplay?
Gameplay?
Dude, gameplay? Bro,
Okay.
I've only made 2 out of the 4 squares I wanted to make. Oh, it's cool.
Oh, so see, everybody else is doing this too. Awesome, great.
I'm actually cooked. Dude, I thought I wouldn't be cooked this Christmas, but then I got sent coal again, and I was like,
Oh shoot, Cole straight for the cooking.
First time.
Santa was like, you get coal, and I was like, bro, that's what I want. And he was like, oh, I got played.
I got played.
Just accepted it. He was like, yeah, you got me.
Well, looks like you're getting actual presents this year then.
Does Santa have hands?
Surely.
Oh, he does.
I don't know.
I forgot about the hands.
Are you trying to make what is the word?
Yes.
Autonomously correct.
Autonomously, that's not
Anatomically.
Anatomically. Autonomously. Are you trying to give Santa free will here?
So Santa's gonna have as legs pillars.
Oh, okay.
It actually makes a lot of sense.
How do I make this tall? It's not big! Dude, it's so annoying. Can I? Oh my gosh. I have to actually get a circle.
I hate when I have to get a
It's
circle.
not that hard. There's like several circle objects.
You guys wouldn't understand.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't understand. Can you explain to me, audio?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Send this to someone who understands.
Wait, I'm gonna lock the present before I'm
No, what?
Wait, audiovisual, did you say that you're gonna give me $50 billion?
Yes, I did say that, Ender.
Oh,
my
that's
God.
so cool.
He figured it out.
You're actually the good.
It is the season of giving.
What if you wished, like, what if you asked Santa for money?
Well, he might deliver. He does that. Kind of like his whole thing, you can think about it.
He do be doing that sometimes.
He only does it if you're already rich.
Dude, yeah, my Santa had a $130 limit.
Oh,
Yeah, why didn't you just ask for $130 every year?
Shouldn't just invest.
This year I want $130.
This year, I think we're gonna go with 125.
Santa's feet are so big. They're huge.
What? Why are we talking about Santa's feet?
They're huge.
Well, Santa's feet? Where?
Leak read.
Yo, freak, get it right.
What if Santa just like DM Jeff said you're a coach, buddy?
Yeah, it's already happened.
He sent me that DM like a minute ago.
I'm not screen sharing my Discord, guys. You're just gonna have to believe me. You do not want to see what Santa just sent me.
Exposed? Santa exposed?
Wait, Santa's like head is like detaching. Oh no.
It's not supposed to happen.
Santa's dead this Christmas.
I know it's not supposed to happen. I'm fixing it.
No Santa.
Man, gotta sucked at this.
That's alright.
It's not okay.
Wait,
Oh.
whoa. Wait, try the Grinch?
I knew it.
Secretly, the Grinch. There's a Grinch among us.
As the real Santa myself, I do not tolerate the Grinch being in this video.
We're gonna have a 1v1.
Between who? The Grinch and Santa?
Yes.
Oh shoot!
Final face-off.
Death battle.
That's hype.
Wait, I cannot fire. Jamata, can we get a fire check? No, not a fire check. I mean a time check.
3.5 minutes.
3.5 minutes. Oh.
PME Legend presents Summer Jackets. Be prepared for any adventure. Explore the biggest selection of summer jackets. PME Legend. Find your freedom.
I switched from due dates to due dates, and it made me go from weeks behind to weeks ahead of my deadlines. You see, I used to just bed rot all day getting nothing done. And you know that...
Oh my gosh, where is fire? Where's the Love Baba fire?
Love Baba fire.
Dude, this Rock's about it a billion different things. I can't find anything.
I know.
This is true though.
Oh, no. Oh, I found the fire. Let's go. Oh my gosh, this fire is so fire.
Dude, come back at the century.
Wait, this looks like the house is burning. Oh no, that's not good.
Oh my gosh. The Christmas is ruined.
Oh no.
Christmas is on fire right now.
That's what happens when you're full of malice.
Whoa.
Jam out here with the hard Christmas lesson.
I mean, I am Santa, so I have Santa wisdom.
That's not what we
Wait a second. This story seems a little bit off. You were like saying like... You were like saying that you were...
Wait a minute.
And now you're all of a sudden...
All these pieces aren't fitting together.
That's a little bit of a...
fitting together.
I gotta go. I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Oh my god.
Something is amiss.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
I knew it. I knew it. He was the Grinch after all.
Oh my gosh. I hate when this happens. I'm like fundamentally changing a design as fast as I can.
I was muted. The time's up, actually.
Are you serious?
No. I was doing like a countdown. Okay, here. You guys get an extra minute because the spawn loop I made does not work and I need to fix it.
What spawn loop?
Cheating minute.
Mystery spawn loop? He's hiding something. I think he might be the Grinch, guys.
No, I would never. I would never be the Grinch.
You definitely would be.
No.
I think he's about to become the Grinch.
It's like in character for your
Grinch incoming.
Oh
no! Hit it! Kids, hit it quick!
guys,
Christmas carols to push him back.
Please comment your favorite Christmas carol so I don't become the Grinch.
Again.
Okay, guys.
The kook levels are nuts.
It's almost a countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
I'm having a speaker.
4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up.
Oh, flip.
I did
Time's
not.
up. Alright.
Hands off.
Happy New Year! Woo!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Now you have to like merge your stuff, so just like upload it and send the ID in chat. With each block made for all to see, it was time to merge them under the Christmas tree. You got Shadow in?
Oh my god, it's Frederick Fazbear the Third.
That's Frederick?
What? 5 fights at Fez.
Okay.
Christmas
Hey, Buddha!
Daughter, Secret Santa has chosen you next.
I'm so excited.
Oh my god.
Secret Santa. It's not so secret. It's Jam.
Whoa!
That one goes so hard.
That is so jolly.
Watch out for the guy.
I'm actually unbelievably good.
Why is Jacksepticeye like on the ground?
So the thing is, I asked for a Gleed for Christmas, but it's something I must have gotten lost in translation because I got a Gleed instead.
That looks like the thing from like a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Wait.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh my god.
Yes, but you're being true.
Santa is the real.
Treaties up next.
Okay, try.
Okay, thank you, man.
Oh, the candy cane goes so hard.
Like the seizure-inducing candy cane.
That's so lit. Tried.
Why did you decide to like make his eyes this piercing, glowing green?
He's judgmental.
All right, we got Ender's entry.
Let's go.
Wait, that's
amazing.
I love your Santa.
He's got that
Santa reveal.
Dude,
I
he's
can't
got
find
that.
Santa.
Guys, please subscribe to unlock the rest of these.
It is only $4.99 to unlock this block.
Only members of the Jam channel.
Yeah, true.
Dude, he's got that semicircle build.
He was EBW this whole time.
Yes, it's my turn. Audio visual.
What is that?
Wait, the particles are outside of the square.
Particles are outside.
Yeah, disqualified.
Ban.
Disqualified.
Ban.
I don't want to hear it. No, go into the editor and you'll literally.
Dude, this is amazing.
Did you spam like 5,000 orbs?
Those who know, literally go into the editor. You know what that is up there?
Oh.
That's the entirety of that.
Oh my god.
That is so dumb. Alright, we got
2,000.
That's so big. That's too. I think that's like too much Christmas. This is the start of a new millennium right here. Whoa.
It's the beating demon and the your Eid.
Don't you want to eat mine?
I am actually pretty hungry right now. I would eat this.
Dude, these look so good, and then there's mine.
Oh, I love how they look like cookies and frosting.
I love yours, Ender. Ender,
You didn't know it was supposed to be cooked.
Ender, yours is great. Yours has like unique charm.
You have to purchase the season's pass to unlock the rest of the present.
Yeah.
Hoeveel is jouw auto waard? Via wijkopenauto's.nl kun je daar snel en eenvoudig achterkomen. Voer gewoon de gegevens van jouw auto in en je krijgt de verkoopprijs. Niet alleen een geschatte waarde. En na een snelle controle in een filiaal verkoop je ons jouw auto. Vraag nu jouw prijs op bij wijkopenauto's.nl.
Wow! Amazon lentedeals. Op sport, elektronica, wonen, beauty, mode en nog heel veel meer. Vanaf dinsdag op Amazon.nl.
Guys, that's me. This one's me. That's actually okay. And this is mine.
Ooh,
Oh man.
Like, why is it
it's
orange?
Grinch-proof.
Why is it? That's not supposed to be
it's-
orange.
It's Grinch-proof.
Hey, mine's Grinch-proof too.
The Grinch oranged my block design. Why would he do that?
He oranged it. I hate when he does that.
Okay, we need to get the judges in. That should be all the block design. Is there anything wrong, despite the fact that Trides is completely broken?
Santa just has a tan line.
Why did it break?
And with all our blocks merged, be they big or small, we were ready to find out who is the jolliest of them all. With Santa's helpers, Brad and Hawks, it was finally time to judge these blocks. Hello! It's a Christmas miracle! Hi!
Oh my.
Gather around the campfire, everyone. We're about to open our presents. Okay. Are we ready for judgment? Who's on the naughty list? Who's on the nice list? We're about to find out. Okay. Brad. Everyone who's a participant, move to the left of the level. Yeah. And everyone who's a judge, move to the right. This is class division. We are better than you. And we are about to judge all of your hard work.
I'm about to jump on you. Oh!
Yeah, what's the judging like range?
Like criteria?
What do we judge?
Oh.
Yeah. No, like what do we judge it out of?
1 to 10 on a score of jolliness.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, very jolly.
Okay. So first here we have Tride's entry. I feel it's pretty jolly.
I'd say so.
Oh, yeah.
With a big old thumbs up.
So Brad, what's your score?
I'd say a 6 out of 10, you know?
Oh,
it's
yeah,
quite
yeah.
jolly. It's quite good.
How about you, Hawks?
I would give that a 5. It's pretty jolly, but I feel like it could be a bit more jolly.
Got a harsh critic here. You know, I respect your opinions. You're the judges. Your opinion is objectively correct. Anyway, moving on to Aimbotter. What are your thoughts of the jolliness of this piece of art? Brad.
The problem is, right, it is very jolly, right? But there's clearly been a break-in.
You're right, that's not very jolly. You think it's the...
That is not very jolly.
Brad, do you think it's the Grinch, maybe?
Yeah, because he could have seen the fire was on. Avoided that, gone straight through the window. I'm going to say a 6 out of 10 again.
Okay. How about you, Hawks?
You know, I actually feel like really at home with this. I too actually have a green sludge in my living room, so I can relate to this in a very personal level. I want to give this an 8.
Wow, really, that's really wholesome, you know? You know, that is the meaning of Christmas, is it brings us together. Okay, moving on to Shadowian. We got a nice fellow bear chap here. I do wonder what his name is. Okay, Brad, what are your opinions?
Everything in this image is screaming jolly. Okay, this is a 7 out of 10. Very jolly.
7 out of 10? Alright, I respect it. How about you, Hawks?
When I was a kid, I liked waking up Christmas morning, seeing all the toys by the Christmas tree. This reminds me a lot like that, with the presents and the toy tray.
Yeah. I like the relating to personal experience.
Oh yeah, this is a connection to me. I want to give this a 7.
Really unlocking those Christmas memories. I like it. Next up, we have the amazing audio-visual, amazing artist. I will say one thing I don't like about this is the fact that this vortex in the top left corner does exit the frame. But I've decided, because in the Christmas spirit, I have decided to allow it. Brad, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I like the night theme. You know, like the background's very, very nice. The 2 big presents, very jolly. A solid 7 out of 10. Very good.
Alright. And how about you, Hawks?
You know, I think this vortex just like really pulls it together. The art on the presents is really good. Yeah, I think I'd have to give this a 6. This is a 6 to me.
6, alright. Alright, I was expecting higher from that description, but you know, a 6 is still pretty good.
You take what you can get.
Yeah, I respect the honesty. Moving on, we have Yorid. There's another problem with this one. As you can see, the particles fall out of the frame. But again, I've chosen to allow it in the Christmas spirit.
You could nibble them, though. You could catch them in your mouth.
Yeah, someone jump up there to catch them as they fall. Pride is currently eating the crumbs, so we don't have to worry about them. We can move on. Brad, what are your thoughts?
I like the face on the saw blade. That does truly bring
Pride,
it
move. Stop covering the judge as he's talking.
Yeah, no, I also like the block.
Okay, what score do you give it?
Another 7.
Alright.
Ooh, okay.
Hawks, what are your thoughts? I know, this one really gets me thinking too.
Dude, I just want to eat this. This looks really edible. Love the faces, love the beats even. Love the little smiley. He seems to have something wrong with his nose though. I don't know what's going on with that.
It's like a snowman.
I'd probably give this a 7. This is a 7.
Yori coming here hot with the lead. Okay, so something you should know about this one.
This was my favorite.
Something you should know about this one is that the whole thing is not yet unlocked, so we're seeing like a preview of what this could be, so keep that in mind. Yeah, so it's kind of like the mystery that makes it fun. Anyway, with that in mind, what are your thoughts, Brad?
I like Santa. He is very nice. But unfortunately, it is going to be a 5 out of 10 because I want to whole thing before I get a better score.
Wow.
Outrageous. It's unfair.
You're so needy.
This one's a 10 out of 10.
You are... I feel...
You waited 7 years for 2.2 and you can't wait like another day for the DLC.
The Santa DLC. What are your thoughts, Hawks? Let's hear from your perspective.
Ooh, you know, I just really want to see the full thing, you know? I like the preview and all, but...
Chad, move.
I'm gonna give this a 5 as well. I feel like I moved there with more.
I'm very impressed now.
You know, this is really a commentary on the current state of gaming, I feel. I don't know the person who made this one, but I will be a neutral party.
It's Grinch proof. It's Grinch proof.
Why is it pulsing yellow?
So we'll put something in the cookies.
Okay. And Butter is jumping so fast. What is happening? No, this is too jolly. This is too jolly. No, I'm just curious, what are your thoughts on this block design, Brad?
I like the the pulsing, you know, it's very, like somebody said, it's Grinch proof. This is no, like, Grinch is not getting this. I think this is going to be my highest scoring one, actually. 8 out of 10.
Ooh, that's a good score. No, I agree. I think this one's pretty good, personally. Hawks, what are your thoughts on this one?
I don't really have anything to say. I just think this is a really good block design. I love the demons. They add a lot to this. I'd probably have to give this a 6.
6? Alright, I mean, I respect your opinion. I was thinking you'd give this a higher score, like, personally, just because I kind of know you.
Oh, you would?
Yeah, no, I just...
Oh. Didn't you read the script?
Like you would... Didn't you read the script? Oh dear, what's this? A tie? This wouldn't do. A Christmas battle was about to ensue. Our trial would be by a Christmas adventure. No time to stall. First to begin would be crowned the jolliest of them all. Jamshad and Yogi. Who would it be? Only time will tell. Let's wait and see. Aimbotter was also tied with us, but I'm bad at math and got his score wrong. Oops. Whoever beats Christmas Adventure by Dark Pineapple first wins.
This background is crazy.
Okay.
This is so jolly.
Christmas fight to the death. Let's go. Let's find who's the most jolly.
Now lock in for this.
3, 2, 1, go. Ow. No.
Oh no.
No. Yorid's taking all the jolliness for himself.
Is this just like a retelling of how the Grinch stole Christmas?
I hope so.
This is my own iteration. No, I'm falling behind. I won't be the most jolly. No. Yes. No. There's like no checkpoints in this level. Not like this. I have not truly been feeling the Christmas spirit in my heart. How do I get out of here? I will discover the true meaning of Christmas. I will give up all selfishness. No! I died! No!
Oh, patience, my friend.
I have not learned the virtue of patience.
This is so dramatic. This is so intense.
I am in tune with the Christmas spirit now. I have learned the true meaning of
I'm very
Christmas.
confused. Chad, help.
I don't know what to do.
I think it's soft locked. I don't know what to do.
Oh!
Wait, I played this level before. You have to like teleport or something. No, I died. Yuri, listen to me. Maybe the true meaning of Christmas is accepting the fact that it's not about winning. It's about the Christmas. It's about the Christmas miracles we found along the way.
No, that's BS. It's BS. That's not true.
I did it! I beat it!
No.
Especially the jolliest.
You know what?
What do you do?
Oh, wait.
Oh.
There Shad is. Truly the jolliest of them all. Merry Christmas. A great way to end off the video.
Amazing.
So it has been decided an ancient Christmas ritual that Shadow Ian is the merriest of them all.
I'd like to thank my mom that made an appearance in this video.
Goedemorgen hardlopers, ontbijtskippers en middagdip survivors. Ontmoet Melkunie Protein Food to Go. 1 fles is 1 maaltijd, zodat jij de dag doorkomt.
A top player cheats his way to fame. A massive YouTuber gets thrown into a bitter drama. The top dog lies for years on end. Today, we'll go over the biggest cheating scandals this game has ever seen. Stick around because each event gets even crazier than the next. If you played the game back in 2017, you definitely know who Noctify was, a talented French star grinder who rose to the top of the leaderboard after a stupidly hard grind. 20,000 stars in 3 months. I don't even have a fraction of that. Not only was he a great star grinder, he was a good demon slayer too. Noctify breezed over a couple top 50s, and with all this skill, he was seen as one of the best players in the game. With his #1 spot in place, Noctify would take on his biggest project yet, verifying the level of Zafkiel, a collab between him and another French player named Darwin, which had ridiculous timings and wave sections. After a short grind with about 10,000 1,000 attempts, he beat it and posted the recording online. Comments poured in, congratulating him on his achievements. Zafkiel was a top 5 at the time. You've probably never beaten an extreme demon, let alone a top 5. But in the footage that he posted, it suspiciously froze near the end at 92%. This implied he cut the level, meaning he brought 2 recordings of 2 different attempts and edited them together to make it look like it was done in one seamless run. People are usually more secretive when they try to get away with cuts, but Noctify's video had this massive, obvious black hole at the end, which is just a bit funny to me. Did he not think he'd get caught? With the cut in Zafkiel, suspicion grew for Noctify's other achievements, and distrust exploded when he took on Death Corridor. Like Zafkiel, it was a crazy hard level with iconic wave sections. I mean, just look at this. One YouTuber, Tosh Deluxe, couldn't believe that Noctify cleared such a hard map, and he made an exposing video. In it, he showed 2 clips of Noctify playing it and pointed out how the movements looked very similar, implying that he used a macro hack. That's a tool that lets you save a set of clicks on your PC and run it back, basically making the game play itself. Tosh would come back again, this time exposing this layout that Noctify claimed to beat. At first glance, it looks legitimate enough. There's no obvious no-clipping or hacks or anything like that. But just stop and look at how the wave entered the portal over here. When waves enter reverse portals like this, they switch gravity immediately, but here it's going in a lot deeper than usual. This shows that the portal isn't being used to flip the gravity, and instead there's a secret blue pad in there. Now, why would he do that? Well, if there's a blue pad there, then there's probably a blue pad at every other part in the level, making the entire thing completely auto. Hiding blue pads like that is as simple as setting their opacity to 0 with the alpha trigger. They usually play a little animation when you touch them, even when invisible. But if you play in low detail mode, this little giveaway is hidden too. And the most damning piece of evidence against this run is the fact that he didn't record his clicks. Noctify never did in any of his completions. Showing clicks is a very easy way to filter out hackers, as it's pretty hard to fake. Like, if I'm showing you a recording of me playing this hard level, it's hard to tell if I was actually playing or not if I didn't show you my clicks too. For all you know, I could just be lounging around, not even touching my mouse, while I'm letting a macro play for me. The fact that he never showed his clicks was very sketchy. Man, this Tosh Deluxe guy sure.
Milka Chocowafer. Een knapperig wafeltje royaal omhuld met tedere alpenmelkchocolade. Milka, teder, smaakt beter.
He's doing a great job at exposing Noctify. Wouldn't it be funny if he got exposed for his own actions in a controversy that nearly brought down his entire career? That's called foreshadowing. More and more people jumped onto the exposing bandwagon, including the famous player Riot, who pointed out that Noctify claimed to have gotten 98% on the Hell Factory, a top 50, even though it's impossible to die at 98% on this level. There's no obstacles there to kill you. Noctify tried to respond to all the accusations, but it was no use. Practically the entire community sided against him, and RobTop banned him, not before renaming his account to Hacktify. Nice one, Rob. With his back against the wall, he finally gave up and admitted to cheating on many of his top runs. It's unclear if he also hacked his way to the #1 spots, but that didn't matter. His career was over. The game's biggest player who held the top spot and the top demons turned out to be the game's biggest fraud. But this doesn't compare to what's coming up next, so stick around. In 2017, Tosh Deluxe verified the top 5 level Devil Vortex. It was a huge accomplishment for him, but he was just some YouTuber, the same guy who babbled on about Noctify just a few months earlier. He hadn't beaten anything this hard before, so many were suspicious, and they attempted to expose him. One video made by a rising player, Nepesta, got a lot of attention because it brought up a very interesting point. He found this weird pattern of saws in Tosh's copy of Devil Vortex. No other versions of the level had this, meaning that he must have placed them himself. There are exactly 54 objects in this structure. That's a very interesting number, as after poking around in the level, Nepesta found that there were 54 autoable clicks in some of the hardest parts of Devil Vortex. Autoable meaning you can place gravity pads and portals to pretend you're clicking, like what Noctify did in that layout you covered earlier. Nepesta theorized that Tosh used 54 portals and pads to auto some parts and recorded himself beating the level. Before posting it to the servers, he went back in, removed the pads and portals, and placed a weird saw structure to balance the object count and make it look like nothing suspicious was happening. Tosh posted a response to this video claiming innocence. After all, he had to defend his prize achievement, verifying a top 5. He pointed out that Nepesta's proof was full of assumptions. He was assuming that Tosh autoed certain parts, even though there's really no proof of him doing it. The 54 object thing was just a very smart guess, not something that could hold up in court. Tosh then said that the saws were simply decorations that he used to buff the level. Double Vortex was originally a much easier demon before it was given to him. This is a bit weird though, cause there were already decorated saws that were left behind by the level's creators. He could have copied and pasted them wherever he saw fit. And if Tosh really wanted to use his own, he could have just made 1, 2, or 3 of them, not create this mess. Some of the saws here aren't even completed, so I have no clue what he was doing, but maybe he was just screwing around. Tosh pointed out that if he was truly being malicious and trying to hide his cheating by balancing the object count, he could have been a lot more secretive about it. Maybe he could have stacked some decorations on top of each other, added invisible blocks, stuff like that. This is way too obvious. To build trust, Tosh did some runs on the level with clicks. All his older recordings were without him, so this added some legitimacy to his defense. Though Nepesta would come back a few weeks later, and this time he brought the help of other top players to expose Tosh. They repeated their accusation of him autoing some parts of Double Vortex, but they had another piece of evidence against him, this one being much stronger. Look at this recording of Tosh playing an older version of the level. Can you spot what's wrong here? Well, look. These clicks are way too consistent. In fact, they align to the pixel. When players are seen doing similar parts in the actual Double Vortex, their waves are much more varied, so there's definitely something going on here. It can't be gravity portals or pads, as Tosh was playing on high detail mode, and we'd be able to see their animations, so it's likely that he used a macro hack to complete this wave. This shows that he 100% hacked the older version of Double Vortex, and with this loss in credibility, he probably cheated the actual version or some of his other major achievements too. We could never know for sure though, as he didn't record clicks, so it would be harder to do a deeper exposal of his runs. Regardless, this controversy brought in some of the biggest names in the community, and I find it funny how Tosh Deluxe, the guy who spearheaded Noctify's exposal, was then getting exposed himself. Hey, it looks like you're loving the video. If so, be sure to like and subscribe to tell YouTube how you feel. It'll show you more content like this. But anyway, let's head into the biggest cheating scandal this game has ever seen. Enjoy the rest of the video. Many are blessed with amazing art skills, and others with prime athletic ability. But for Space UK, a British Geometry Dash player, it seems like he was given incredible GD skills at birth. He'd first beat the Code, an easy demon, but in just a few months, he worked his way up to Wazoretta, a top 20, and beat it as his 4th ever demon. And he'd continue to amaze by completing the Golden, a top 3 level, as his 5th demon. Some question his legitimacy considering how fast he improved. Usually it would take years to work up to his skill level. I've been playing since I was 8 and even I still have trouble with easy demons, but nothing was off with this footage. They had clicks and there were no obvious hacks or anything like that, so it seemed like he was just the one guy blessed with incredible raw skill and destined to take over the game.
Pak lekker uit! Met snoep van Loeko Loek.
Hi, ik ben Maarten. Wil jij weten hoeveel jouw auto echt waard is? Ga naar wijkopenauto's.nl. Voer gewoon je autogegevens in en ontvang snel je verkoopprijs. En in één van de vestigingen kun je hem dan verkopen. Mijn advies: ontdek jouw verkoopprijs op wijkopenauto's.nl.
But of course, knowing the title of this video, you can probably sense that something sinister was going on with Space UK. When he beat the Golden, he accidentally played with a no-clip hack on. He didn't realize this until 20 minutes later when he had already felt the rush of excitement. Probably pissed off, he posted the completion video anyway, thinking that if he got caught, he'd just give up and quit. But miraculously, nobody found out he hacked. Modern cheat detecting tools like Hitbox View didn't exist, so it was hard to spot the no-clip in such a dark level. And on top of that, he had been consistently posting 100% legitimate progress on his levels, so he had built up a lot of trust. And so, Space actually got away with it. He took on Kinos next, a brutal top 5 known for its wave gameplay. Space got many crushing fails on it, and he allegedly managed to beat it, but a bug in his recording software made the screen freeze, and all his footage was lost. He tried repeating it, but going through the hell of clearing it twice was just not worth it. Considering how he fooled everybody with the no-clip run of the Golden, maybe he could get away with hacking again. He purchased ZBot, a program for creating macros, and used it to beat Kinos. He then recorded some clicks over the footage to make it seem more legitimate and posted it online, and to his surprise, his cheated completion was accepted again. From this point on, he'd continue hacking in this way. He was a pretty talented player, so he'd play top levels, but when he got bored of them, he'd just use ZBot to hack them because it was so easy to get away with. He'd continue to breeze through extremes, and with how fast he was able to slay demons, everybody knew he was destined to become the top player. By then, the Demon List was created. It's a website created by top players who rank the hardest levels in the game. It also gives players a score based on how many top extremes they've beaten. So as Space kept cheating through 2021, he'd shoot up the list. Tartarus was the then hardest level in the game, and Space hacked through it. That alone would have made him one of the best players in the game up to that point, but Space set his sights on something bigger. Tartarus had been top 1 ever since it was verified in 2020. It had been stuck up there for a while, and by then, people were itching to dethrone it. Space took on the level Slaughterhouse, a map with brutal wave sections set to overtake Tartarus, and with ZBot, he made very quick work of it, verifying it just over a week after it was given to him.
I can't fucking react, otherwise I'm gonna cough so much.
3 other contenders for the top spot were verified around the same time, but Slaughterhouse won over all of them. The story with this level, Hard Machine, is pretty heartbreaking, as the verifier desperately wanted to one day have the top spots. He beat the level months before Slaughterhouse was verified, and it was definitely harder than Tartarus. But Space UK downplayed its difficulty, and because his opinion as a top player carried a lot of weight, it placed number 5 instead, even though he probably didn't even play much of the level. With the boost of verifying the hardest level in the game, Space jumped to the top spot on the Demon List leaderboard. Into 2022, he'd work his way down the list, breezing through the top 75 levels. At some points, it would seem like he'd complete an extreme demon every other day, though some were still suspicious of his skill. As Slaughterhouse was being verified, a player named Colo made a video in which he dug through Space's recording and pointed out some suspicious click delay in it. Though his findings were 100% legitimate, he wasn't taken seriously. Space UK was the top dog, and because Colo was attacking the community's hero, he was dissed like bombs, made fun of, and pushed out of the community. By mid-2020, Space completed the entirety of the top 75 levels, becoming the second ever person to do so. In one of my older videos, I said he was the #1 greatest of all time, because it really seemed like he was. His skill was unparalleled, but of course, it was all a lie. And his lie made me look like a dumbass in front of a million people. Thanks a lot, Space. From this point on, his activity would drop. In the summer of 2022, he'd unlist all his videos, and he removed his account on the Demon List, leaving his top spot to be taken. He apparently did this to focus on becoming a pro Osu player, but in hindsight, he probably just felt guilty about cheating. With him holding on to the top spots, he was stealing the spotlight away from other top players who truly deserved it. His biggest victim was probably Crisis, who was #2, just just behind Space for months, though not long after, he would return to Geometry Dash. The fame and validation that came from being the top player roped him back in. He also made a stupid amount of money from his videos. For a 4-minute clip, you'd probably make around $1 to $2 per 1,000 views, so just take a look at his channel and do the math. That's a lot of money for just some guy playing video games. His comeback would be short-lived though, as the Demonless mod team would finally catch on to what Colo pointed out earlier, and they would ban Space after determining that his recent completions were hacked. One mod, Paco, took the evidence they found and made an exposing video, bringing the entire scandal to light. Space's credibility was severely damaged, and people were finally questioning whether all his completions were hacked too. He tried to weasel out, saying that only the levels after he beat the top 75 were hacked. However, just a few hours later, the Demonless team would find the smoking gun that finally exposed every single one of Space UK's runs. Remember how I said that he used Zbot to create macros and cheats? Well, the creator of the tool added a useful way to catch cheaters using the hack. When Zbot is enabled, the text on the level complete screen is just slightly smaller than normal, and because Space used Zbot often, nearly all his recordings had this smaller text, and he was completely exposed once and for all. This cheat detection was known for a while, but nobody ever checked for it. Zbot was a paid program, and most cheaters usually use free ones, so there wasn't really a need to look out for it much. With his entire career exposed, Space UK deleted his YouTube channel. He kept his Twitter up and posted an apology, though it's pretty hard to accept, considering how he tried to weasel out of the controversy by claiming that only a few levels were hacked. It seems like he was only sorry because he got caught, not because he was actually sorry. The cheating wasn't all bad though. The fact that top players were competing against a hacker probably pushed him to work even harder, and by beating Slaughterhouse, he surely pushed the difficulty limits of the game even further. I mean, before Space, the Demonless was stuck like this with Tartarus at number 1 for months, but after Space, there were a couple dozen levels hard